Our first guest titans of the season are COO of Net Capital, Eric Cox, Rhonda Kulch from the Credit Authority, and Will Ford, crowdfunding expert. Our first entrepreneur of the season is Steve Goodrick from Bash.
Bash is an event management platform similar to like Eventbrite. We've added a venue booking element, and our innovation is that we bring the two together so that you can do that all in one place. We're going to help just everybody create better events. I'm definitely feeling nervous, but confident. Hey, I'm Steve, founder and CEO of Bash, a new and engaging event management platform for a new generation. We are trying to create the best event platform in the world with curated events that you care about, that you're actually going to say, oh, I don't know what to do this weekend. I'm gonna go see what's on Bash. First off, we have our upcoming events, which you can filter or sort by. We have our concerts here that are all local, as well as parties, all local here. If we go to services, you can see we have volunteers. You might wonder, why is volunteers on your event services? Well, you're smart. You probably understand events don't just get up by themselves. You know, you gotta hire people, you gotta make things happen, but that's expensive. And it's discouraging to event hosts and people that are trying to make events happen. So what is it that happens today? You invite your buddies, hey, I need someone to do sound, I need someone to do lights, I need someone to like get some ice and make this thing happen. So you can go on Bash, create a volunteer profile, and it'll ask you a few questions, and then all of a sudden, you have this ability to get hired for events. The host will have a list of tasks that they've created for their Bash, and they can assign those tasks to their contacts, to a specific email, or to a volunteer on Bash. And all of a sudden, if you accept that task, you get into that Bash for free. And that's something we already do today. We're just digitizing it, putting grease between the wheels, and helping things happen faster. Now, the next one you see there is venues. Every event starts with a venue. You don't know where you're gonna hold your event, then you gotta start calling around. You look on Google, you might, ask a friend. All that's kind of prohibitive. You gotta go through several steps. When you go to Bash and you look up venues, today you can list a venue, and that venue you can charge whatever you need to charge, daily or hourly rate, and you can block dates that you don't want to have people trying to book your venue. Similar to Airbnb, but for parties and for events.
Venues like bars, restaurants, places like that, or like larger places?
It's both.
Okay.
Both, yeah. We're not trying to exclude any type of venue.
So I own a bar, restaurant, and I'm looking for some people to have some entertainment.
Yeah.
I could be a member here at Bash, right?
Yep.
And then if I'm an artist, I can be a member here at Bash. And you kind of marry them, am I correct?
Exactly, yeah.
How much are you raising right now?
So my crowd investing campaign is live on Net Capital today. We're raising $600,000 to $1 million.
And what are you doing with those funds?
If you look on our campaign page, you can really see the breakdown of the details. But in general, it's about 40% tech and dev, and then 30% marketing, sales, and 30% operations.
How many users do you currently have?
This is our third iteration of the product. On our second iteration, we achieved 5,000 real users. This was an application in the app and Play Store. And then we decided to go a different route with this third iteration, go web first. And because of this change, we basically started over. And now we have about 300 users. And we haven't really pushed it yet. But we expect once we push to those previous users, they should all hop on, and once we start getting these venues on the platform, it'll be really easy to get the organizers making deals. So I'm going to show you now what it's like to sign up. First thing we ask is, what brings you here today? How are you feeling? Are you feeling lonely? You just tell us, I'm feeling lonely. We're trying to get people that are feeling lonely to come together and say, look, we got a pool of people feeling lonely in this area. And we got event organizers that are trying to find audiences to create events for. We got venues that are trying to rent their places. Let's get them all together and have a Bash. We made it easy to sign in with Google. So now from here, you can go ahead and create a service profile. That means volunteer account or venue account. Or you can go ahead and create a Bash. Does this look familiar to any of you? You can create a Bash using a prompt with AI.
Let's do a beach party.
Let's create a beach party.
Beach party, love it.
Tonight,
100 people.
Salsa dancing.
Open bar.
Are you a salsa dancer?
I want to learn, and that's why I said.
Ah.
I've done it a few times, but not enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire show. No, fire show. Tonight.
Is that too soon?
Not on Bash.
Cool.
Not on Bash.
I love the name. The name is killer.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
great.
And you'll be pleased to know it's a fully registered trademark.
Good for you.
Good
Nice.
job.
All right, so we'll say tonight at 7 p.m. Yeah, let's do it. So there you go. It came up with a title for us, Salsa Beach Bash, Fire and Dance Spectacular. Little description, join us for a sizzling beach party featuring salsa dancing, fire dancers, and a fiery show under the stars. Dance the night away with an open bar and vibrant music surrounded by the mesmerizing glow of the bonfires. We could just click finish, publish it, and it's done.
Wow.
And people on there would see that and say, oh, I'm coming, and then they can RSVP, correct?
So you see it's right there? We used AI to generate an image for you.
Does it create a link? So you've created the Bash. Now you have created, I'll say, ambassadors that are there
Ambassadors?
to help. Ambassadors. Maybe we're onto something.
I kind of like that.
I kind of like that. Does it connect to other social platforms, or is there a link? How are we getting the word out in such last-minute notice?
So this little button up here at the right corner of the Bash is your share button. You can click on Facebook and it'll pop up a little screen with the social sharing square with your image and a brief description with the title. And people can just click on that, sign up for Bash, and buy a ticket or RSVP.
Take my money.
Somebody along the way convinced me during the Super Bowl weekend in Vegas to end up at Omnia, but they never got credit for it. So I'm wondering, can you talk a little bit about if I were to create my own custom link, how can I get attribution, or how can I make sure that you know that it was me, and maybe there could be some incentives aligned with that?
When you go to create your ticket, you also have the option to create a promo code. And when you create that promo code, you can set in the email field a promoter. And so all of a sudden you have a promoter that's using your promo code and getting credit for everyone that signs up for a Bash with that promo code, that buys a ticket.
They get credit. So that's negotiated between the person creating the Bash and their friend that's promoting. If you're selling me, helping me get 10 people at $100, I'm going to give you $10 each one.
It's a one-to-one promo code for the promoter. So this promoter,
So you just work out with whatever you want to pay them.
yeah, and whatever they're going to discount for other people.
That's good, because nobody really does that. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
How do you make money?
Great question. Services, subscription fees. We do have transaction fees, but it's a negligible amount. 10% is what we ask right now for transaction fees. If you go to PeerSpace and you list a venue, you're gonna pay 15%. So with venues, instead of a percentage, we're gonna do a monthly rate, and it's free for the first 3 months of your venue. And then if you found value because someone booked your venue, we're gonna charge you $100 a month beyond that.
So with respect to the services, because that's where you're going to generate revenue.
Yes.
So you're going to focus on companies, people that have a venue they're willing to rent out. And so they're going to put this venue on your site. Now it's web-based. And people can come and say, okay, I want to host an event. Here's the available venues. They'll pay whatever the price is. You guys are going to get 15% off the top. And then you're going to get $100 a month for it. I could also leverage your volunteers feature so that I could make sure people are actually going to show up. Yeah. And I can even assign specific roles to these people. And the benefit for people wanting to volunteer, they get into the event for free and whatever other perks are associated with that. That's the source of revenue for this application.
Exactly.
I'm available to pitch this for you anytime you want.
Would you stand up here? I was just kidding.
Steve, what markets are you currently targeting?
So I'm based out of Lehigh, Utah. I know a lot of venues and venue owners there and event organizers there. So my intention is to start there. But with the right investment, the right partners, I know that we can grow this strategically a lot faster. I'll tell you a little about myself. I did not come from money. I come from a small town, rural Kansas. And I remember feeling very jealous looking at people with their nice houses, nice cars, things that I wished I could have. I will say, it's the people that you meet along the way when you're passionate about a goal and driven that help you get to where you want to be. And so I just want to say that because the power of creating an event is something anyone can do. It's something that can lift people in the lowest impoverished circumstances out of those circumstances with just a little creativity, with just a little ingenuity. They can get to where they want to be. And Bash is just a tool to help anybody in whatever circumstance they're in life to make their circumstances better.
Okay.
I was putting on events for a startup accelerator and trying to make them as cheap as possible, but as great as possible. I thought if I could simplify that process, I'm onto something.
I love what he's done, but he needs to be able to explain it better.
You got to know your lane, and he's got to bring someone in to help kind of share that. I want investors that are watching this to not let that deter them from the
I agree.
opportunity,
100%.
right? Because there is a huge opportunity.
Once he finds the right sales guy,
Ambassador.
the ambassador, like, I really think that, like, honestly, like this thing has legs.
This is why it makes sense to crowdfund something like this and get in now.
He needs to hang out with you and get some tips for the radio show.
There you go.
We'll do it. Coaching. Got you.
Joining our Titans are author Dr. Lacey Book and Sean Dill, CEO of Black Diamond Consulting. Joined today by President of Launch Boom, Will Ford. Calling in from Germany is Katrina Grauer from Paw Pro.
Hi, my name is Katrina Grauer, and I'm the founder of Paw Pro. In Paw Pro, we believe in longevity for pets. This is Wally. This is my dog who just turned 19 last month. He got sick with pancreatic inflammation about 4.5 years ago, and our only hope was optimization of immune system. As a certified nutritionist for pets, I have developed a range of 12 products that specializes in longevity and preventive care for pets. With our patented combination of liquid silica, Bacillus subtilis, and essential vitamins and amino acids, for under $1 per day, you can provide all essential nutrients for your dog. We're currently raising $1.5 million that will allow us to enter United States market. And with your help, we can help 50 million pet owners in the United States to provide nutrition that their dog needs.
Oh, fantastic.
Seeing your dog, 19 years old, look like a puppy was pretty incredible. Is that as a result of using your products?
Yes, actually, after he's been taking this product for 5 years, he is more fit and more active and more in shape than he was 5 years ago, being 19. So it's for me, it's very surprising because I get very similar reviews from other people using Paw Pro. They see that the health and the condition and the energy levels of the dogs increase dramatically.
Anybody who's able to add life to the years of your pet is going to be in a really good position. But how do we protect the blend itself?
The family of bacteria is protected by the producer of the bacteria as a raw material. Then we have a secret method to make it more concentrated. That's why it fits perfectly in a dosage of 100 milliliter. Then some of the raw materials are also patented in the way they're produced, so it increases their bioavailability. Like, for example, liquid silica. If you know, silica is nothing but a stone. So if you take silica in a raw form and not in the form that we are using, which is patented, it will not be able to be bioavailable, although it is natural. Plus, we have a patent on the combination of elements.
I love that
so
response. I'm thrilled to hear that response.
Well, are the patents owned by Paw Pro? They're your patents?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Changes everything.
changes everything.
Changes everything. So,
Yeah.
so how successful has this business been in Europe?
We are cash positive. We're currently launched our sales in DACH region, in Norway, Sweden, and Poland. And now we enter into the United States. So we're very excited because I believe the market is very, very positive. And also, I think we're going to have more success in the United States as of conversion rates because in Europe, people are very conservative when it comes to new products. And I believe United States is just a little bit more open to health-oriented products. And also the market is really large. So we will not have the small pockets of different cultures and different languages, and we will be able to reach the big markets right away.
I used to be in the pet industry. I'm also a dog owner too. And honestly, the fact that like you started administering your product to your dog when he was sick at 14, And the fact that he's 19, more active than ever, and considered a super elder dog is so impressive. And what I do know to be true about Americans in specific is that Americans treat their pets better than their kids. And so if they know that they could, keep their pet around for years beyond like the average lifespan of the pet's lifetime, I mean, to pay less than $1 a day to do that makes a ton of sense and would work with most American budgets. So I think it's an incredible opportunity. I've never seen a product quite like it. You potentially have a home run here.
Thank you so much.
I want to just play devil's advocate a little bit with that, because I do think it's a blessing and a curse that Americans are so open to the idea of healthy pets, because the competitive landscape is far greater, right? There is a lot of products on the market for digestion, immune support, like increasing longevity in pets and their quality of life. The reason that I know is because I have a 12-year-old Yorkie that the little 7 pounds just had pancreatitis, and I literally give him more supplements than I do myself and my husband, right? So I understand how the competition could be for you coming into the United States. So I'm curious from a marketing standpoint, besides the under $1 a day, what other kinds of things would differentiate you so that you can break into the US?
Well, I think we have a little bit more comprehensive strategy. First of all, our mission is to increase life of dogs, whether it's owned by you or if it's a dog in a shelter. So that's why we have also a charitable program where we will match the purchase of the product with a contribution to a local shelter. Nice. Secondly, our, let's say, science and our clinical research proves that we are actually more effective product, and that we're so much easier to administer the product, and we are more cost-effective product. So if you compare just what's available on the market, there are some relatively good products available. But what it actually does, whether it's scientifically proven and if it's as effective as our product, time will show. So I cannot say we're probably the best product on the market. I'm convinced of this. I'm convinced that it increased the life of my dog by so much. And I really feel that our contribution to the life of animals will result in contribution to the quality of life of the families. So, and for us, this is our mission. And I truly believe if your mission is not pure profits, but also a strong social impact, you will be able to succeed.
I love that.
Yeah,
I was going to say, you got to lead with that,
Yeah,
right?
I love
Can we
that.
just
I have
say?
a question. Is this only for dogs, or is this for cats too?
Actually, thank you for this question, and that brings another opportunity. We're launching a cat line in 6 months.
I was about to say, I'm out. If you got nothing for cats, I'm out. I just wanted to say that
This
out
is the
loud.
dog guy
She said she
talking
doesn't
about
like
cats.
cats, though, so, you know.
You said, yeah. As we wrap up, Katrina, what are you going to use the money for? You said, you're looking to raise 1.5 million. What is, real quickly, your strategy that you're going to use those funds for to come to the U.S.?
Absolutely. So we have already plans for marketing expansion. So we definitely need to market this product in United States. Then we need to expand the team. We actually bring in one of the top marketing advisors as a board member. We're expanding the team in the United States. We're going to finish the production of the cat line with these funds. And also we will expand on other areas outside of U.S.
So some advice, it's free advice for me, take it if you want, but Rory would say don't listen to the guy in the glasses, but I will say this, in the US, I don't know how the attention span is in Europe, but the attention span is very, very, very small here, right? Like
When he says here, he means this spot right
No,
there.
that's not true. That's not true. So the US is like cavemen, besides Rory, who's very clinical and very, he has his way of thinking about things and handling things. He has his own way. But in most cases, it's quick, it's snap. So my advice would be make sure when you're going to market this, you've got to get visuals, grab attention. That $1 a day to make them healthy, you need to show that up front. You need to say that up front. You need to have a visual. It needs to be bold. It needs to be theatrical. It needs to grab their attention and take it to the next level for it to work.
And donating to shelters, that's pretty big
That's huge too.
That's
So
huge too, and
that's just some tips I would throw out there. These investors watching it, they see that you're a successful business. They see that you're a bright entrepreneur that's excited about growing into the U.S. market. I think there's a lot of opportunity for the investors watching this. And then they see that you're open to suggestions to really market the right way here. So good stuff. Thank you.
Jason's got some good points there.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I've got good points.
absolutely.
That's fantastic.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you hit your head? Just check
And
it.
there's one thing that I didn't mention is we were incubated by Founders Institute, and we graduated as a top project out of 400 applicants.
Wow.
Yeah, Katrina, you're going to get that 1.5 million for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so. It will help us a lot to grow. And, my biggest dream is to keep my pet healthy. And I know that everybody who owns a pet feels the same.
You've got a lot going for you. I think you're going to be very, very successful. For people watching this right now, you could scan that code and make an investment in this company. And for companies that would like to distribute this product in the US, reach out to Katrina, because this sounds like an enormous opportunity for growth and value creation in the United States for your partners to be. Thank you very much
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank you very much. Thank
Great
you very
job.
much, guys.
She did great. She got a great product. I love that it's made in Europe, and I think you do too. Like that, I see your concern. And Dr. Sean, you brought it up really well, saying, hey, this is a lot of natural elements where people can copy that. And that's what she pulled out. She got to say, hey, we own the patents. That would have been great in her pitch early, but that's okay. That's why she's on the show. The investors can see that we're asking those questions. They can see, hey, that's a difference maker.
What I like is that she's already tested and validated that there is demand in Europe.
Yes.
No, she's already selling in multiple countries. She's already cash flow positive.
Yeah.
So it's
Fantastic.
not like you're investing in a deal that like
It's not
hasn't
a
been.
startup that has no hope. That has no hope.
She's proven that people are using the product and their pets are happier. And I think it could work here in the United States.
I think so.
That's cool for example, festivals. You can use for festivals and other big events.
Okay. Yeah, no, that does sound cool. Like you can volunteer for like a concert or something and end up basically getting a free ticket.
I think I would use that.
Yeah, I like this app a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I have a dog. Yeah, obviously I want my dog to live 100 years old if it's possible.
That is awesome. These two are my life. When we go to the grocery store, we spend more money on my pet than we do ourselves.
Wait, isn't that good? You guys can live longer and not be in pain. Scan the code.
If you like events, scan that code.
If you like Bash, scan that code.